Reading numbers from a graph. Claude shows us how with Duncan Williamson, Between the Sheets, Excellence since 2000. We already know that Excel can extract text and values from an image. For example, put an image in Excel somewhere, Control C, data from picture, picture from file or clipboard. In this case, we're using clipboard. Imagine though, you only have a graph. You have the axes, the scales, but you only have the lines. You don't have any data. What next? So I asked Claude, on this worksheet, there's an image of a graph, the one below, 4 data lines with the years on the x-axis and a percentage on the y-axis. I don't have the data behind this graph. Please estimate the data series from me. That's all I gave it. And within a very short space of time, it came out with this table. Year, a column for each of the 4 lines, and the data. The blue lines are for something I did separately, so they're not particularly important. So they're the estimates. And from these estimates, I created the graph that you see now on the right-hand side. Share of people who are undernourished in those regions. And it looks all right, doesn't it? I've certainly made it look good. It's a very straightforward line chart with legend on the right-hand side and so on. I didn't label the axes. So this was a test for Claude because I did already have the actual data. So I put the actual data in my workbook and tested how well Claude did. And on average, its error rates were around plus or minus 1%. Not bad, I'd say, for general work like this. For a more technical and strategic task, though, plus or minus 1% might be far too much of an error. So these are the error rates. They're not the actual data. These are the error rates for each of the lines and for each year. And on the bottom line, average differences. Well, how well did it do? So I overlay the estimates on the actual, the original, I should say. So I created that graph from the data that Claude estimated, and it looks pretty good. And of course, I set my Claude estimated data graph over the original graph, and you can see the plus or minus 1% error rates in action. So not brilliant, not bad, but not brilliant. Then, of course, I overlay the actual data on the original graph, and you can't really see the original graph because what we see is perfect. Well, there you are. There is software you can buy that will estimate values from a graph in the way that Claude did. I've used them once or twice, but I never tested their accuracy, probably because when I did it, I didn't have the actual data. But there we are. Using Claude, maybe ChatGPT, maybe DeepSeek, I don't know, I didn't try. They read the data from the graph and gave me a pretty good outcome. Okay, there you are. Thank you for watching with me, Duncan Williamson, Between the Sheets, Excellence since 2000. See you in the next one.